Welcome back to Hellblade. So where we last left off, I was wandering from portal realm to portal realm, learning about Senua's past and unlocking the runes that would allow me to draw the sword from the tree so that we can go to Hell and we can put paid to our quest. So I believe that I've completed all of those different quests. And so now I just need to find my way up to the tree, draw the sword, and our beloved Dillion will, sword in hand, be regained. Let's go and save our boyfriend, shall we?
Dillion gave her the strength to pass the warrior trials, and she saw a way out. To leave her past behind, and become a warrior in Dillion's clan.
The sword is tainted by the gods of darkness. Leave it.
No. He left it here. He wants me to take it.
You will pay a price for this.
But years later, with Zinbel's parting words still haunting her, the darkness came back with a vengeance. Plague.
Dillion?
Everyone suffered.
My father was not supposed to die like this.
Dillion. Do you see it clearly now, Senua? The suffering you've caused.
This is your fault. You brought this plague to us! You have blood on your hands!
They're coming for you now.
They're coming.
They're coming to get to you.
Alright, let's see how this magic sword...
Hold it! Hold the heavy strike! Hold the strike! Hold your heavy strike! Unleash the sword! Must remember, she can focus. It's inside her.
Alright, let's see how this magic sword works.
Mirror, focus! Focus now!
Seems good. Magic sword. Very helpful.
Ignore the She finished him!
And I imagine the magic sword has some kind of new ability, right? Some kind of thing that I can do with it.
Corpses. The corpse waved through itself over the ones I loved.
Let's see
The ship
corpses.
broke up under them. The ship that had sailed from the land of shining fields. Their memorial
Oh,
stone
jeez,
is
those are
sacred.
arms.
Come not here in the sun. Come not with a sword. Come not crying over a naked corpse. Come not with disturbed mind.
I love that the light makes it look like I'm underwater. And then yeah, the roots stick out and like look at them, they're like arms.
She doesn't know where she's trying to get to.
Oh gosh.
Is there any escape?
Oh, it's blood. That's okay. Good start. We'll just jump right into the good stuff. Jeez. And they're huge too, the hands. Yeah, that's a talent of good game design, or good game, I guess, world building, is that you can make a game that does both the grotesque and the beautiful at the same time. Like, you can make the grotesque look beautiful. Also, okay, so these are all burnt corpses now. Wow.
Do you hear the suffering, Senua? Does your precious gift of sight let you see the souls that rot here in this sea of corpses? Do you feel the blood running cold on your skin? Do you hear their endless cries? Do you smell their putrid wounds? They were once brothers, sisters, and loved ones. And look at what you have done to them. All because you were a coward, because you ran from your curse instead of facing it. When you turned your back on the Father Symbol, you turned your back on the gods and let the darkness wreak havoc on your people. Why must they pay for your heresy?
Yeah. I guess I should probably stay away from the walls, eh? Ow! Oh, okay, so they say evade. You have to dodge. Get up. Come on, Senua.
She can still do it. I can't do
it. Oh boy. Cool, more of them. Good stuff. I love the running knee that she does. It's so good. Yeah, so that you can see it there. The if I charge the here, watch, I'll show you. If I charge the sword like that, I get a little like speed combo.
End it now. This is nearly the end.
Oh, it's this guy again. Oof. I always wonder what high speed stuff like that would look like to someone outside of the attack, right? Like for us, everything gets all slow. And obviously, I mean, this is a bad example because I don't think these guys actually exist, but I'm super curious what those things look like. You know, like when someone casts a haste spell in D&D, what does it look like? Are they just going super fast?
You won it.
And is it all at once or is it like bursts of speed?
No, she isn't. Behind you.
Ah, get out of here, you shadow jerks.
Focus now. Focus. Focus now. Focus.
The visuals in this fighting it's so good. Like I definitely feel like more of a badass now that I have this big magic sword.
It's nearly over. Finish it. He's a better fighter.
Ow. Stop it. I love the dude like hitting his shield to taunt me. Oh.
Take him down. Take him down. Get him down.
There's a savage grace to the way that the fighting looks in this.
Who is it? Galena. Where are you?
Do you hear, Senua?
It's definitely.
Do you hear the voice of your mother, Galena? She calls for you, Senua. Go to her. Answer her pitiful call.
I love that. I don't know if you can hear this, but the sound of him talking is always in your ear, no matter where you turn. So it's not actually coming from a direction. It's just always playing in one ear. Further kind of proving it doesn't really exist. Or certainly doesn't exist in the way that a, you know, vibration shaking your eardrums does. Yeah, it's really cool. Like, you notice I spun around to see if the game was trying to lead me somewhere, but I couldn't. Like, he stayed in my ear. Yeah, I mean, Murder Buddy, that's sort of the whole thing about the game, right? Is that she suffers from psychosis. So a lot of these things
Mother! I need you! Help me!
aren't actually happening, or may not be happening.
You're both dead. You both surrendered to the voices.
Your dear beloved mother was powerless against the darkness when it came for her. She too had a sight. She too doubted the gods and let the darkness infest her. But she didn't run. She escaped the illusion. Now she gave her life to the gods. If only you had done the same, the world would have been spared this horror. It's not too late. She's calling for you. Why don't you join her?
This guy's tough looking. Come on, Senua.
She's hurt. She won't make it.
Well, this guy's fast. So the mirror allows me to see him properly. Properly.
It's not over. It's not over.
Jesus, man. Oh, good. He has an unlimited number of axes.
You can do this. Focus. Focus. It's the only way. Focus.
Well, yeah, I know. Weird voices.
Focus. Stop it. She will die. Behind you. Behind you.
Yeah, I think the impression is that her mother was also sick in the way that she is. At least that's the impression I'm getting from the game. But that she committed suicide instead of like self-exile, which is what Senua did, right?
Behind you.
Part of the narrative too is that Senua chose her own path, which her father was vehemently against.
He's gone.
And that's part of kind of what's going on, right? Is that she believes she's being punished for what she did, which is become a warrior and, you know, not follow her father's path of just like staying in the house. And I don't need the mirror. I got grammar. Ow! Ah, no.
Get up quick. She's injured. She can still do it.
I love that the more injured you get, the harder it is to dodge. Like Senua slows down and kind of staggers and stumbles. Also, Jesus, can we be done with these guys yet, please?
He's down. Finish him. Behind you.
Ah. like not a boss fight exactly, but it's just like fighting all the mini bosses at once. Come on. Yeah, the game does a really good job of internalizing all of its UI elements, especially with the voices, right? The bosses like help you, or the voices help you fight. Which is great sometimes, but they do it every single time that you're in a fight. So it's like you're being taught how to fight every time. Which I guess is okay, but like I know that I need to focus to be able to hit the ghost guys, for example. Especially during extended fight sequences. It's not so bad otherwise. Okay. How many more of these guys are there? Did we do it?
They're overwhelming.
Oh, God, more of them. If there's a way for me to choose my target, like to lock onto someone else, I'm not sure what it is. I should, I suppose, have checked the... I should have checked the control scheme. Because yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's a stick press. Because I'll get locked onto a target I don't want to fight. Yeah, right stick changes targets. Okay. Good to know. Oh yeah, it sure does. Yep. Wow, dude.
She's injured. She's not gonna make it.
Even with the focus, oh dear. Let's say even with the focus on, he's super fast.
Take him down. Take him down. He's finished.
All right, dude.
You're close.
Okay. All right. So where were we? And then, of course, because it was like an arena battle, I have no idea where I'm going. So there's a way out somewhere, but I'm probably going to end up going back the way I came. My biggest criticisms of the game are that... What?
Why do you still fight on?
that sometimes the more gamey parts, like the wandering around and the doing puzzles, detract from the themes of the game. Get up, up.
Isn't that what you deserve after all you've done? Give the darkness what it wants, let it swallow your soul and destroy all that you are. Why are you fighting for someone who is already dead? Just look around you. What hope is there for him, even if his soul could be rescued? Do you think he'd thank you for what you have done to him, to his friends, to his father?
I didn't do shit. Fake evil dad. Ow. This is a lot of fighting. Oh, that's it. Boy. Yeah, so the Ninja Theory, I feel like, had a great idea with the game and did some really interesting things exploring the themes, but they really got snagged up on trying to make it like a video game, you know? Because I think that's a real thing. Like, there's a criticism that happens to you if you try to make a game that doesn't feel video gamey, right? You get saddled with the like, it's a walking simulator, or the only button you have to press is W, you know? That whiny, awful, it's not a game thing is pretty, it's a pretty damning, in some audiences, a pretty damning criticism. So people tend to feel the need to make games that feel like video games. So like extended combat sequences and puzzles and stuff. And like, I like the fighting, definitely. It's fun, but too much of a good thing, right? Also, yeah, why is my arm better now?
Isn't that what you deserve after all you've done? Give the darkness what it wants, let it swallow your soul and destroy all that you are. Why are you fighting for someone who is already dead? Just look around you. What hope is there for him, even if his soul could be rescued? Do you think he would thank you for what you have done to him, to his friends, to his father?
Yeah, that's right, I parry your foot with my sword. Fucking jerk. Oof. So there's that brief flash when their weapons turn yellow. That means you can't parry whatever the attack is. Otherwise, I should be trying to parry more. I'm just not super familiar with these guys' animations yet. If I was fighting the sword dudes, I'd have an easier time of it.
Fight again. Spill their blood.
Yeah, these dudes. Come on. A little early. And also, that was a yellow one anyway. Okay. All right. Sludge our way up out of hell here.
You're both dead. You both surrendered to the voices. The darkness has taken you. Galena and Senua. Galena and Senua.
I like how it is kind of doing that exorcist thing, like, Senua, your mother's in hell.
Mother and daughter dead in the sea of corpses. The voices took her and they'll take you too. The voices have taken her. The voices will take you. It's the end.
No, I don't think I'm gonna surrender to the voices, thanks. I'm just gonna keep climbing this mountain of corpses to the inevitable boss fight, which I don't know, is maybe gonna be my dad, or like Shadow Senua. I do like that I'm climbing on what appears to be a giant umbilical cord. Oh no, it's the arm of this corpse. Hi, hey corpsey. This is horrifying. Rancid sea of burnt bodies. So there's the statue that symbolizes my mother.
I can't fight it anymore. Not on my own. Where are you, Mother? I want to be with you.
Flashback?
That night, she gave up on her world to follow in the footsteps of her mother. To go to a place where
right, so this is where she actually is. She's climbed up this mountain. And then we know it's a flashback because she doesn't have her makeup on.
Senua. Look at me.
Oh, so this is in the past. This is her yeah. Okay.
they're calling for me.
We've lost so many. And I've lost my father. I can't lose you.
You said it. I have blood on my hands.
I didn't say that. You've done nothing wrong.
That'd be tough. Like trying to talk to someone who heard you say something you never said.
Everyone will suffer.
Symbol is a fake. He is a hateful, bitter liar. He's poison. And his words still haunt you.
Zimbal's her dad.
Who do you trust? Him? Or me?
I mean, neither of you,
Do you
really?
still believe in me, Senua? In us? Come back to me. Please. Don't let this darkness come between us.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind.
Thanks, Sun
He
Tzu.
gave her the sword with which to fight in more ways than one. And she gave him her word, never to surrender. All she needed was a little help. A little hope.
Right, the facial animation is just, it's like, it's out of control. Okay, there we go.
I'm here to help you. Senua. We're back.
I don't want you to help me, voices. Except for maybe when you tell me I'm gonna get hit in the back. Then it's good that you're here. But mostly though, fuck off.
You need us.
No, I don't need you.
So worried.
Silence is lonely.
We didn't know where you'd gone.
We're here to help you.
Shit, voices, you're not real.
Trust us. Senua, it's us. We won't leave you. Don't leave us. We're here to stay.
Good.
She needs us. She needs our help. She always does.
We found her.
We found her. We found you.
Here she is.
We're back.
Don't worry, Senua.
We'll look after you.
I actually have no idea if I'm going the
worry.
right way.
We'll make sure you're safe.
She's safe now.
You're always safe with us.
She has us. You've done so. There's a door.
You can do it.
You can see it.
Come on, Senua.
Go away. I'm not listening.
See, there you go. Senua's like, fuck off. So the door just has no barrier now? So I can just push it open? Yeah, so Ramsey asked, despite the game's shortcomings, do you think it lay a foundation for other devs to do better and portray uncomfortable subjects like this? Yes, absolutely. We have to start somewhere, so even an attempt is something. And I think they're doing a really good job with a lot of it. No way. Here we go.
I will tell you of a great hero named Sigurd, son of Sigmund, no less. Born after his father's death, Sigurd is cared for by the dwarf Rain. But Rain does not love the boy. Instead, he plans to use him for his own ends. You see, Rain's father possessed a great treasure given to him by the gods. But Rain's brother, Fafnir, killed
God damn
his
it,
father
Fafnir.
and took the gold all for himself.
Fucking dwarf.
Fafnir hid the treasure out on a heath and could not leave it. And from the evil in his heart, he turned into a dark
It'd be fun to do a Burning Wheel campaign set in like Norse mythology. You know, like where Midgard and all that, like it exists. The gods are real, and you can play like berserkers and stuff. I think that'd be super cool. All right, so we're in this like fortress that she thinks is hell. Oh, okay. Ha! Whichever side. Oh, I see. I have to jump down on this side. I was like, what? Whichever side is I'm on is the broken side, but yeah, I can go this way. It's cool. The game is starting to make me think that the things that I'm seeing aren't real, so that's nice. Hard to do in a game without also, because the game has to teach you how to negotiate its world, and if the game is lying to the character, and if the character is hallucinating and the player is experiencing the game through the character, it makes it very, very hard to trust the developers of the game. Also, what is that creepy sound?
Something's behind the door. What is it? She can feel it. No. Don't open the door.
Is it Fafnir?
What's in there?
A great beast guards Helheim. Garm is its name, and it knows you are here, Senua. It can smell your stink.
Shut up, voice.
What are you afraid of, Senua? How would you say Dillion if you are too much of a coward to step into the shadows?
They can't stop me.
Then do it! The beast is stalking you from the shadows. Your sword is useless here. Don't be fooled. The beast is still here.
Okay.
Who is it? Something there. It's the beast.
No,
No, it's not.
it's a trick.
She knows that. Does she? What is that voice?
Mother, do you hear that?
Don't fall for it.
It's me, Senua. So loud.
It's not her.
So full of hate.
I just want to help them.
Tell me what to do.
Your father wants them to go away, and he only hurts me to silence them.
But he's gone now.
But they always come back. He says I will die if I go with them. They say that I'm already dead.
No,
They want me with them.
stop.
That's why they crawl through the walls.
Don't listen
Do you
to them.
see them? Do you see their faces? He's coming. Senua, help me. Help, get me out of here. Don't go.
Where has she gone? She's disappeared again.
She shouldn't be here.
Yeah,
She's
that
taken
he only hurt me to silence them thing. That
She
is
took her own
grim.
life to escape it.
All right, so now we gotta do a puzzle.
Can't remember when it started. When her mother lost her smile. Her eyes gazing past her towards a world she could not see. This is what happens if you reach for the underworld, he said. It was a lot to take in for a child. And the first time she felt the cold chill of fear. I don't talk much about her father. Bell. I suppose I just didn't want to risk upsetting her. But it doesn't matter now, does it?
So are we hearing the story from one of her like voices? Also, Jesus. This is what I want D&D to feel like, right? You have a torch, you're in neck-deep water in a underground environment full of horrifying monsters. Also, you probably have some kind of like mental illness. It's grim. It's fucking grim. This is why I like Torchbearer. Torchbearer does some of this stuff. Also, yeah, I gotta make sure I don't miss lighting the, because you can light the other. Hold on, let me go back. I think I missed some. Let's see, I can light this one, right? Yeah. There we go. Some light up in this place. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you were gonna play a game that felt like this in D&D, you would definitely have to get everybody's permission. You know, it's, I mean, people in D&D do lots. It's a common dungeon master trope. Yeah, like hauntings or characters who suffer from illusions, right? The dungeon of an illusionist, that sort of thing. Like that comes up a lot, but it's very rarely about your character's internal mental health, right? If ever. We've talked about mental health in role-playing games a bunch before, and how poorly D&D does really anything like that. And most role-playing games, in fact, are just piss poor at handling it. So, yeah, you'd have to do a lot of work as a group. Oh, hi.
What's she doing? She's lighting the torch. Fight! Pretend!
What? Use my sword. Oh, god damn it. I'm trying to... Where did my torch go? Smoke bomb. Also, I think my sword glitched. Yeah, look, my sword is kind of like disappearing. Look, I appear to be holding nothing.
It's nearly over. Get up quickly. Get up. She's hurt. She won't make it.
Well, maybe if I was hitting him with my sword. All right. Yep. Yeah, the hallucinations start to wear off. You know, it would be hard to QA a game like this because you'd have to have that conversation a lot where you're like, was this supposed to happen, or like is the character hallucinating, or is the game bugged? Which one was it? Because I don't. You're like, oh, it's not supposed to be doing that. Okay. But yeah, that one was definitely a bug. That one was too goofy not to be. Alright, where's that room? Is this where it was before?
She's lighting the torch.
There we go. Here, fucker.
He's too fast. Don't give up.
Oh shit, I'm pinned? Can I get up, please?
She can still do it.
Yeah, I'm like stuck. I'm stuck in the wall now. This fight is very buggy. That's a shame. Yeah, I couldn't roll out because every time I moved left or right, like a character wouldn't. Like she got her back stuck in the wall, like part of the roll. Okay, so put it in there. Way. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Let's not. Okay, let's just not light the thing.
She's hurt. There's blood. Quickly get up.
The mirror. Her focus is gone.
She's injured. Focus. It's the only way.
I am focused, but he's still too fast. Also, why is she not rolling? Get up.
It's not over. Ready. Remember your training. Surprise him.
Come on. There we go. Good, more. It seems a little early to be doing horde mode again, you know? Okay.
Take the torch and move.
Where'd my torch go? Whoa. Whew.
She's lighting the torch. It's not gonna help her. She's lighting the torch.
What happened to the, like, I can help you?
Do you think you can keep away from the shadows?
These voices turn on me right quick. Okay, so there's a rune around here somewhere. 2 crossbars and like a diamond. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I found it.
You have it. Keep going.
That's weird.
Where's the next? 2 more to find. I can feel the 2 more to find. Why am I doing this pointless time?
Yeah, the lineup enemy. That whole room is the buggiest part of the game I've seen so far. You see that how the rune lined up way off center?
Save Dillian.
Like it was off to the left like that. Okay.
Just to distract her from her real mission. Don't. Your mother is.
I feel like mission is kind of a modern word to be using in this situation. So that's barred. That's the gate. Okay, so I guess we do have to go down here under the water. Wherever that entrance was before. Yeah, down here. Let's go check it out. Who's that man's voice? Because it doesn't sound like Druth, and it doesn't sound like Dillian or my dad. Maybe it's supposed to be like the Beast or whatever. Garm.
She can do it. She can't do it.
You could have passed the torch over to yourself.
Run. Get the
Totally could have been a thing you could have done. It's fine, whatever.
Panic is here. What's that? Run. You can get some to get to the net.
No.
Look. Fire.
Right, so we just go from the light to the light. And the thing can't get us.
She will. She has to.
Fuck you, Garm.
Take it. It'll keep you safe. She can safe room. She can find it. The light. She has it.
Right, again, she's interpreting an external stimulus, right? The darkness, and then supernaturalizing it so as to as to express her her psychosis. Oh, okay, voice. I get it. Oh, that's cool, the reflection.
She has it. She did it. Where she's done it. She comes.
This place. It reminds her of the isolating, suffocating darkness that she lived through as a young girl. Imprisoned in her room at night. The faces in the dark, coming through the walls. She once thought everyone could see them. I mean, that's what children say all the time, isn't it? That there are monsters in the dark. By the time she realized that only she could see them, her father, Zinbel, could see the monster in her.
God, Zinbel is just the implications of Zinbel. Again, like the characterization of a character that we don't actually really get to see on screen very often, like barely at all. It's fascinating because I love that they're like obviously Zinbel was like fucked up about his wife having this problem to then have to be like, oh, gods, my kid also has this problem. I am a 9th century Pictish warrior man. I have no tools to handle this emotionally. I'm gonna turn to my religion and I'm gonna be controlling and weird and abusive and like, God, it's fascinating. It's a fascinating character. I love the idea that we're like learning about him through her.
Dwarf's sole desire
Like he's such a
is to
villain,
possess
and that's
this
why
dragon's accursed
her
treasure,
evil voice is him,
and
right?
he
Because that's how
uses
she sees
Sigurd
him.
to reclaim it. He tells Sigurd the story of Fafnir's gold, and the good-hearted hero promises to slay the dragon if Rain would forge a strong sword for him. Sigurd remembers that his father once possessed a sword given to him by Odin. Odin broke the sword to bring about Sigmund's death, but Sigurd's mother still has the pieces. And so Rain reforges the
Shards of Narsil.
Sigurd uses the sword first to avenge his father, and then he and Rain go in search of Fafnir.
Okay, well. Yeah, I'm loving, and I talked about this the last time too, I'm loving the interactions between mythology and, mythology and the sort of realities of mental illness in this world. In our world, honestly, like, okay, yeah, so I can't go back down that way. This idea that we, in ancient times, and still now, take things that we don't understand and we try to put a framework of understanding on them. It's very cool. I mean, it's cool in the sense of, like, it's an interesting story, not it's cool in the sense that it's good that it happens, because it's not. It's dangerous. But we also don't understand kind of everything there is to understand about mental health, not by a long shot. It's not as though we're like, haha, foolish Picts. They didn't know how the brain works. You know, in another 1,000 years, hopefully, if there's still humanity left to look back, we'll look back and be like, ah, man, foolish humans of the year 2000. What did they know about anything? So little. Okay, and this is the entrance, right? Yeah, so I don't want to go back this way. I think that's a sobering reminder, you know, like, the way that we look at the past will someday be the way that our future looks at us. You know, the things we scoff at, the inherent truths that we assume about the world, they someday will be looked back at as laughably ignorant. Right, or alternatively, our Rome collapses, we enter a new Dark Age. Well, keep in mind that the Dark Ages, which I guess is not the preferred term anymore. What is it? The early classical period. The Dark Age wasn't the Dark Ages for everybody. Much of the Arabic world, for example, was doing just fine, inventing things and doing math and shit. Also, Jesus, I'm so lost. I forget what the actual term for Dark Ages, the like current term is. I think it's something like that though, like early classical or like early medieval. Yeah, and I'm super lost. It's just because the place is so fucking confusing because it's layered. I'm gonna we'll start at the beginning and we'll work our way around, right? So this is where the rune is. This is the way down, and that cuts over to here, which is where we came up. Right? We came up from here. We can go up here, but that's a block. This is where the little marker was. There's these stairs, but I can't use them, and they don't go anywhere anyway. So this is a dead end, and this just connects to this. So these first two hallways are done. We're done with them. If we go down further, the next two hallways on the left go straight back the way we came. Okay, right, because this leads back to the doorway. This just loop. That was just a loop, sort of C-shaped loop. So if I go back here, which is where I go this way. This is where originally I found the blood and the rune. Also some weird wall clipping there. Yep, so this was the first place that I went. There's got to just be like a staircase kind of sitting in plain sight that I totally missed. There's like a doorway. Yeah, see, so now I'm back here, and this leads to the entrance. Okay. I get lost easily. This is just a product of the way that I play games. Not like I do it on purpose. So there's a gap there where you fall. Well, if the game allowed falling, that would be a place where I'd fall, but it's... And then this, yeah, this is just, this cuts through. Okay, so what am I missing? Like, I totally thought that I had eliminated all the shit back here. Yeah, Naspatini, I believe that's the point. Yeah, that it's meant to feel like advised by, it was advised by, you know, mental health professionals to be a realistic portrayal of at least some people's experiences. Okay, so I came up here, I went here, and I got the thing. I've been up here like 3 times. Okay, so it's not here. We've eliminated that. Maybe I missed something down here. Let's go. No, because that's the way I came up. What the hell? Oh, there's stairs that go up. There's stairs that go up over here. Of course there are. Well, shit. All right, great, good, we did it.
Just going out. No, it's not. It's gonna run out soon. She hasn't got much time. Burn out.
All right, well, now that we have a way forward. I wanted to find one before we take a break. Let's grab a short break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back with lots more Senua's Sacrifice.